Hello, wonderful souls. Welcome back to VGS ASTRO. Today we'll be looking at Jupiter retrograde in the sign of Taurus for the year 2024. And Jupiter goes retrograde looking at the sign of Aries. And he is now in a mood to finish what he started in the sign of Aries, to finish what he could not complete because of the restrictions imposed by Saturn. And Jupiter will move with great speed because Jupiter is now in the sign of Taurus, which makes him very opportunistic. He's looking to cash in on the things that he has missed. So not only is he going to be opportunistic, he's also going to fix things in the sign of Taurus itself, things that have been overlooked or where he could not give adequate attention. Second house in the natural zodiac order represents pathways to values, and in the Mrigashira nakshatra, Jupiter is going to retrace those steps to bring corrections to the pathways to good values. And finally, when he reaches Rohini nakshatra, it indicates growth in Taurus, growth in the sign of Aries. So here we are mostly looking at going in the right track and making sure that we are on the right path to success. So almost all signs in the zodiac will find financial wisdom with regards to saving money, accumulation of wealth, investing in tangible assets that not only are of lasting nature, but also something that grows over time. So when we talk of correcting pathways, we're looking at growth to beat the inflation, but also if you have a very strong birth chart where you're running a good dasha, especially dasha of the 11th lord or 2nd or 5th or 9th lord, we're looking at growth like 5x or 10x rather than growing just to beat the inflation. Also, Jupiter in Taurus is now going to focus on family matters, growth in the family. Many of the zodiac signs are going to be talking about expanding their family, wedding bells in life, or childbirth because Jupiter is a karaka for children. For those people, irrespective of your zodiac sign, if you have felt that you're not doing enough for the family, not doing enough for yourself in terms of fitness, diet, a sense of lackluster that may have pervaded during the transit, then buckle up because Jupiter is now poised to reflect on those points and try and bring corrections as quickly as possible to ensure that you are where you are supposed to be on that track to achieving success in number 1, health, number 2, family, number 3, career, and number 4, your fortunes in life, your security, your family security. All right. And for this, there's going to be retracing of your own path. Like I already mentioned, you're going to be retracing those steps to see where you have gone wrong and try and bring correction to the pathways to the pursuit of success. But the most important point that I want to draw here is that most people would feel that other people in life are only looking to tarnish your happiness rather than help you be more cheerful. And the world is going to be jealous of you no matter which zodiac sign you are. Other people are going to think, hey, this person has got this and I don't, and that makes them very jealous. So Jupiter, when it's looking at the sign of Aries, he's looking to finish what he started with the sign of Aries. And he's thinking, I'm going to be as selfish as possible in achieving this goal. And I don't care what others think of me because this is what I want. I'm going after it. People don't want me to get that because they're jealous that I'm going to be more happy. And this is how Jupiter is perceiving at the moment. This is how Jupiter is going to make you feel. And one of the best remedies for this is to maintain a low profile. Don't show off your progress or your success in life because that's going to attract a lot of envious energy towards you, and that's never really good. And don't become preachy either. Don't show off. Don't draw people's attention. Maintain low key. Maintain a humble attitude and give credit to as many people as possible at this time for their knowledge, for their understanding of concepts, and that will bring down the effects of an evil eye. Respect your teachers, your professors, your mentors, even if you are in a position of being a professor or a teacher yourself. All right, that's my introduction. Let's dive in and see what's in store for each ascendant or moon sign. Let's begin with Aries ascendant or Aries moon sign. All right, Aries, listen up. Jupiter is going retrograde in your second house, which deals with finances, family values, and also your speech. Jupiter also rules your 9th and 12th houses, and this transit is about to make you a lot more cautious and smart with your savings. You'll start reflecting on your financial journey. And if you feel like you're not on the right path, this is an excellent time for you to course correct. With Jupiter's aspect on your sixth house and its slowdown in the second, you will likely find ways to reclaim money that you have lent out, possibly with interest. Expect your savings to increase or at least get back what you're owed. For those in banking and financial sectors, the transit brings a mixed bag. On one hand, you will see returns on money owed, but on the other, it's not the best of times for attracting new clients or growing your business. You've just scratched the surface there, and you might feel the urge to dig deeper to uncover new opportunities. On the family front, you will likely resolve long-standing issues or simply spend more time with loved ones, and you may realize you've been neglecting family needs and feel the pull to focus on those relationships in the coming months. Aries, you're about to take some serious steps towards getting back in shape. You should do this at this time because Jupiter's retrograde influence on your first house is asking you to focus on your health, your body, because this is another area which you may have overlooked, and you're now ready to bring some much needed discipline into your fitness routine, whether that's through diet, exercise, or both. As the ruler of your ninth and 12th houses, Jupiter is also aspecting your sixth house of health and eighth house of longevity, which is definitely signaling a positive transformation for your body. Think of weight loss programs, balanced diets, and overall wellness as well. All of these are on the horizon. Some of you might even feel drawn to becoming a nutritionist, dietitians, or fitness coaches because Jupiter excels in these areas, and you will develop a deeper philosophy about how the body functions and how food impacts your overall health, which will guide you in making smart choices. Expect relief from any lingering health issues, particularly those related to your stomach, intestines, head, or your eyes. With Jupiter retrograde aspecting your eighth house of sudden events and inheritance, you're now focusing on these areas as unexpected changes come your way. The transit is all about revisiting and fixing those surprises that may have caught you off guard. You may also find yourself spending money on your in-laws because eighth house is about your in-laws, possibly for religious ceremonies or festivals. And some of you might even seek a health consultation or guidance from a psychic or astrologer, as concerns about health or financial matters could be weighing on your mind. Jupiter's energy uh, on the 8th is bringing a strong desire to address those lingering fears. All right, that's all for Aries people. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and give a thumbs up. Next up, we have Taurus ascendant or Taurus moon sign. For Taurus people, Jupiter is retrograde in your first house of body, mind, and intelligence, and he is the ruler of the 8th house and the 11th house. The transit is going to make you, or should I say, fix you by giving a lot more attention to your health, especially to your body, which you may have neglected in the past. And Jupiter being the 8th lord in the first is not particularly very good, especially if you're going through Jupiter Mahadasha or Antardasha. So for Taurus folks, this is a malefic Jupiter, and he may have given you some health related issues due to negligence on your part about your health, which has resulted in this issue in the first place. Or it could be because of an accident, almost making this life threatening for some of you. And it's been very emotional or very scary, depending on other factors as well. But being the 11th Lord, Jupiter is giving you a lot of support, whether it's from family or relatives or doctors or your friends. Everyone's here to help you become stronger and get back in shape. Your expenses are also mounting because Jupiter is looking back at the 12th house. So think of expenses related to hospitalization or medications or tests and investigations. Also any kind of loss at all that you may be experiencing, not necessarily due to hospitalization, but any kind of loss, which has put a dent on your savings because Taurus is the second in the natural zodiac order. So basically, the Jupiter retrograde is reflecting on your past deeds and trying to fix them or at least salvage what's left of it and make progress. If you have pending karmas related to foreign journeys or spiritual tasks, you will see some of them coming to fruition during the retrograde transit through your friends and family. You may now relocate to a different place, leaving things behind, but no need to worry because you have Jupiter's attention now on yourself. It's healing you, but it's also caused you so much trouble, mostly because you have neglected yourself in the equation. So a bit of selfishness might set in once the retrograde transit begins. You'll be a bit self-centered in prioritizing yourself, in becoming healthier, financially prudent, and well informed about the events that have shaken you up. For moon sign, this may not be so bad because if it's in the Rohini nakshatra, moon becomes exalted and you're able to weather the storm. But pay attention to your mother's health at this time as she may be going through something similar. Jupiter's aspect on the 5th, 7th, and ninth houses may bring about fear in the minds of your children, spouse, and father of an impending disaster, and they're all probably as shaken up as you are. Therefore, they should exercise caution with regards to health and driving because they could become prone to accidents as well. But with regards to social connections and growth in business, there's going to be a well-rounded prosperity to all members of your family. As regards education, whether it concerns you or your children, you can expect some disruptions and changing streams during this transit. Relocation is also possible for both you and your children during the retrograde motion of Jupiter. Interestingly, for some Taurus people, the transit may help you find something that you lost. Maybe it's money, maybe it's a piece of jewelry or treasure or a document that got lost and you're now able to find it. You will also stand to gain a lot of foreign connections, spiritual connections, becoming part of a satsang as the Jupiter retrograde motion goes forward. Remember, fortune favors the brave. Be strong. Don't hesitate to ask for help when you need one. Also, if you need a consultation, do drop an email. And that's all I've got for Jupiter transit. Hope you guys are able to make the most from this transit. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe below. Do share this video with your friends and family. Forewarned is forearmed. Next in line, we have Gemini ascendants or Gemini moon sign. For Gemini people, Jupiter goes retrograde in your 12th house of foreign lands, expenses, subconscious mind, dreams, and Jupiter rules your 7th and 10th houses. So here, Jupiter, when he goes retrograde in the 12th house, he's trying to cut back on your expenses. You may have ended up spending a lot of money on establishing connections or partnerships, including marriage in a foreign land, or because you relocated to a foreign place for work or business. So there may have been a lot of work in settling down at your new place. Food, clothing, shelter, and all the other paraphernalia associated with relocation may have put a dent on your savings by now. So Geminis may end up spending a lot of money on all of these accounts. Some Geminis may spend a lot of money on health insurance, medical bills, or hospitalization because your 7th lord is in the 12th house. Jupiter retrograde is about taking stock of what's left of your savings and trying to make the most of it. But you may be in a situation where you're tempted to spend more in order to save money for the future, like getting a volume discount on a purchase or premium discount for an insurance policy. So if you've taken it for an extended period, then you get a premium discount for that policy. That's the kind of saving we're talking about. So the extravagance continues and you cannot help spending money. And that's why it's very important for you to not spend more than the occasion demands. Don't go for discounts at this time. That's one of the best ways to cut back on spending. Forewarned is forearmed. Don't spend more than you need to. Jupiter retrograde is also putting you on a path of investigating the reasons for your past failure in growing your money or business, in growing your social connections. So you're trying to retrace some of those steps to gaining more money and correct them for the better. You may have gone cold with your friends and family in the last few months and almost lost touch with some of them. So reestablishing connections with your friends and family is now a possibility. Jupiter being retrograde in your 12th house, looking back at the 11th, means you probably will revisit your past connections with spiritual gurus and people dealing with secret sciences like mystics, astrologers, psychics, or with anyone who you consider as helpful on your path to success and glory, because Jupiter is also the Lord of the 10th house of success and honor and 7th house of partnerships and desires, looking at the 8th house. This also means you may now get in touch with a partner who wants to do business with you. Wonderful time for starting a business on a partnership basis in a foreign country. The aspect on your 4th house will bring some expenses connected to your home. Think of relocation or maybe selling your property or home during this time and moving to a different place. For those with a strong 4th, 8th, and 9th houses, this may be a time to invest in purchasing a property, but ensure that your property documents or the terms of sale or your terms of stay in a new rented accommodation does not include hidden agendas or hidden clauses. That could really get you in trouble. The aspect on your 6th house means you're going to spend more money on your health. I've already mentioned the health insurance, but it could also be tests and investigations concerning your health. This is also a good time to pay your debt back. At least try and settle some of that money because this is really a wonderful time to settle those debts. Legal disputes, court cases may also come in your favor, and you're going to see some relief because of that. It's also important for Gemini people to give more attention to the health of your father, as he may be going downhill right now. All right, dear Geminis, remember to subscribe, share, and like. Next in line, we have Moon Children. For Moon Children, Jupiter goes retrograde in the 11th house of social connections, your desires, your income, and he rules your 6th and 9th houses. So here, Jupiter is going to help you retrace your steps to understand how you can make more income, more profits in your business. There may have been obstacles, hurdles in realizing your dream, whether it's a promotion or more income that you've been dreaming of, and that may now get another chance. Some Moon Children may now enroll yourself in a training program or a course on finance or even a technical course that will help you earn more money, maybe through position or through incentives. If you've already received your promotion, then you will be surprised with how many people are now withdrawing their support. Although it may on the surface look like they've got your back in the beginning, you may face the risk of being deceived or being cheated by your friends, and you're about to find out who that hidden enemy is who's trying to bring you down. You're not happy with that, and Jupiter is going to put you on the path to understanding why this even happened. It wants to decode what went wrong or what you said that made people withdraw from you. Maybe there are people who believe that you don't deserve what you have, or they're jealous of your new position or new status that you've achieved. And Jupiter is trying to look back at what may have triggered this envy, and it wants to set things right. So you'd have to refocus your energy back into your social connections. Say whatever you can to make them feel less envious. Also, Jupiter looking back at the 10th house through its retrograde motion means there's some unfinished business and you will need to give it top priority. It's not about showing people who the boss is, rather being a leader and showing them the right direction and helping them to move forward in their assignment. That's what the stars want you to do now. Set aside your ego. Focus on the job, not the people or how they think or feel about you. Jupiter's aspect on the 5th is telling you to get creative with your work, which you love doing, by the way. But remember to keep your senior management in the loop. Don't take decisions on your own, as that could backfire at this time and create more tension and problems, because retrograde Jupiter, being the 6th lord, is aspecting the 3rd house of your self-efforts. Jupiter's aspect on your 7th house through its 9th aspect may create some disputes with your partner, both life and business. So don't say things that would agitate your better half. Don't say things that can bring some trouble into your relationships. Try to stay calm, but deal with problems as quickly as possible, as that could bring significant strain if you let it go unresolved. One of the best remedies for moon children at this time is to keep yourself engaged with good company. So attending religious congregations or classical concerts can give you the benefit of meeting some really good people with strong positive traits who have indomitable spirit, which will keep your mind strong and help you grow in leaps and bounds. That's all for Moon Children. If you're new here, take a moment to subscribe below to catch the latest updates on transits and all things astrology. A thumbs up will help me continue with more transit videos, and sharing this with your friends and family ensures they don't miss out on what's coming. Next in line, we have Leo Ascendants or Leo Moon sign. For Leos, Jupiter goes retrograde in the 10th house of career, vocation, and state honors, and he rules your 5th and 8th houses. And I'm thinking how I should begin for Leos. Because you see, if you've had it good for the last few months with positive transformation at your workplace, which should be the case for many Leos despite Jupiter being the 8th lord, he is a friendly planet to your ascendant lord. But it so happens that when the energies of the 8th gets into the 10th, there's a possibility of negative themes getting associated with it as well. And one of them, especially in the sign of Taurus, is we're looking at embezzlement of funds or getting embroiled in controversies. And that may be giving a tough time for some Leos. For others, you may in fact be part of an investigation team where you explore themes of deception at workplace, finding out what went wrong with the money, how was it spent, was the accounting done correctly, and you might find yourself in an embarrassing situation or worse. You may feel cheated at your workplace. Now, it's time for you to be a tough administrator, and Jupiter is really not known to be tough with administration. He can be a good leader, but not a tough administrator. But that's what's going on now, and you're unable to take a firm decision on what to do next because you have your own question about what is ethical or how something can be termed as good or bad because Jupiter is looking back at the 9th house of Dharma. But do not worry because Jupiter being the 5th lord can come with really creative and incisive ideas to deal with the situation provided you don't flare up. Keep calm and take your time with this. If you are the top boss, expect to bring policy changes within your organization or at least be an important person in the developing or in the formulation of a new policy or amending an old one at your workplace. For some people, the transit may in fact make people move out of your present roles, accept new ones, sometimes at the cost of someone. So we're looking at inheritance of roles, like the prince becoming the king because king has passed away or moved away, and you have to now run the show, take the mantle. And generally what we see in these kind of situations is that there's a lot of people who are envious of you being chosen for that role instead of them or instead of somebody else. And that's another reason why you may see hidden enemies trying to blot your image. But Jupiter's aspect on the 6th house may actually bring an end to all that. They're coming out in the open, being exposed. So expect relief from legal complications as well. For other people, if you are not facing negative situations, either because your dasha is really good or because you have strong planets in your 10th house, then you could see yourself seeking better opportunities which give you a strong work-life balance, because that's another thing that may be missing now in the lives of Leos. Jupiter aspecting your 2nd house and 4th house can give trouble within your domestic life with your savings, some ups and downs which you need to attend to on priority. All right, that's all for Leos. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe below, hit like and share this with your friends and family. Next up, we have Virgo Ascendant or Virgo Moon sign. For Virgo people, Jupiter goes retrograde in the 9th house of father, higher education, and he rules your 4th and 7th houses. So here Jupiter is refocusing his energies on your relationship with the father, your teachers, your mentors, and you realize how detached you've been throughout the year with him. So you're now determined to give as much care, love, and attention to your father or your gurus during the retrograde motion. You realize that you would have been in a better position if you had taken the advice of your father or your mentor seriously when you were facing problems in life. So it's now a time to not only express your gratitude, but a time where you want to self-reflect on your relationship status and take it a notch further. This also could be an emotional time for the both of you where you get to spend some quality time together and bring your attention back to health, wellness, spirituality, philosophy, and try and heal from the trauma of the vagaries of the world, because Jupiter is also looking back at the eighth house of traumatic experiences in life and being the fourth and seventh lord aspecting the first house. So in a way, you're reliving the past experiences to become stronger and grow more in terms of spirituality, in terms of expanding your horizons with respect to religion and religious ideologies. So expect yourself to take karma very seriously, astrology or any secret science very seriously, and to become more dharmic or give more in charity or do good deeds to earn good karmic points. Also, uh, a time to seek advice from astrologers to strengthen your fortunes, because ninth house is also the house of how fortunate you are. Reciting the Bhagya Suktam at this time will be beneficial for Virgo natives, especially right now because Jupiter retro is aspecting your fifth house of mantra sadhana. I'm going to provide the link of Bhagya Suktam in the description. Do check it out. It's a very powerful Vedic chant. Jupiter's aspect on the self is going to reflect on your values, your judgments, your mistakes in life, especially the impulsive decisions that you've taken, and it's a time of repentance. The moment you feel remorse is the time you've started to change your ways, and that in itself will bring comfort and healing from the inside. Apologize where you can and try and be more careful about the way you speak moving forward, and try and get counsel from a professional if you indeed need one. Good time to also revisit your investments in life, especially your savings, and see if it can be put to use to make it grow 2x, 3x, or at least try and beat the inflation. Also, your higher learning is going to be of much focus during this transit because Jupiter goes retrograde in the ninth and also aspects your third house, where you'll be revisiting or revising the topics that you have studied in the past, or try and recollect a topic which you have had a fleeting glance and now feel it to be the most informative and relevant topic for your life at the moment. So exploring new topics or topics which you thought wasn't all that important will keep you hooked on during this transit. Some Virgos may also get back to writing as a way of either venting out their frustration or spread the word of God and religion at this time. Some Virgos are also going to spend more time with their siblings during this transit. It's a time period for reassessing your relationships with them and try and bring some joy and fun back into your life. If you don't have siblings, then I think you will spend more time engaging with your neighbors, your community members, to, to bring about a sense of union and communion. All right, that's about it. So, dear Virgos, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Do leave a comment on how things are going for you. And if this transit worked as predicted, do give a thumbs up. Moving on, we have Libra ascendants or Libra moon sign. For Libra ascendants or Libra moon sign, Jupiter goes retrograde in the 8th house and he rules your 3rd and 6th houses. So since it's the 8th house, the first thing that we're going to see is concerns of longevity, some fear or agitation which you may have right now. You may want to nip it in the bud. So you may take a consultation with a colorectal surgeon, gastroenterologist, or an ENT, or even a dental specialist during the retrograde motion. Second thing is with regards to inheritance, where you gain some unique knowledge about inheritance or gain something from your ancestral property. But that's not all. When it comes to Libra natives, Jupiter is mostly a malefic, and in the 8th house, you would have to face difficult situations. Or maybe you already have faced difficult situations, quarrels, or even humiliating circumstances connected to 1, 8th house of sexual union, 2, 12th house of spirituality, like people being critical of your spiritual knowledge, or challenging situation with expenses, because 12th is also expenses. 3, 2nd house of family matters, possessions. 4, 4th house of mother or domestic life or your emotional life. 5, your married life, your relationships. The retrograde motion will make you seek answers or the reasons for all that negative energy that surrounds you, and you will find some pretty shocking revelations which will help you gain more insights, whether it's mundane knowledge or metaphysical knowledge you stand to gain at this time. In other words, your attention may now be with regards to solving some tensions in your domestic life, whether it's your family, your in-laws, your spouse, your mother, your home. They're all connected, and that's part of your domestic life, right? So you're feeling the heat, and all you would want now, ironically, is an escape because you want peace of mind. Some of you may even want to go on a spiritual retreat or take a break and move away, especially because Ketu is in your 12th house. And when Rahu and Ketu are about to change signs, that's when the effects are felt even more intensely. And right now, I think they're in 10 degrees in both Pisces and Virgo, and you may start to feel their effects being imposed. But this is not a time for you to take flight and make a run. Please note this, Libra. It's rather a time for you to reassess the situation and get back on your feet. There are troubling times coming to your 8th house of in-laws, and that's where you will have to now focus your energy. They may feel cheated or abandoned at this time or separated from their child or some trouble coming to their child, and you may be at the forefront of it all, or you may be at the forefront trying to analyze what went wrong and how to fix it. Your in-laws may feel cheated in money matters, or they may face legal disputes, loan sharks hounding at them. So basically, there will be secrets being revealed concerning them about your spouse, your relationship, and that may lead to some awkward feelings. But in the end, your actions will make many to be envious of your in-laws, envious of their unique position or circumstance in life. Your inheritance can also be something that's much talked about by people. So try not to reveal too many things about your inherited wealth. It's definitely something that's growing in leaps and bounds at this time. As regards other things, Jupiter being the third lord is going to help you put all your efforts in problem solving. So give yourself some words of encouragement. That's how you're going to solve anything, not by refraining, because this is not a time to step back and move away from the tensions of life. It's a time to make progress, and make progress you will if you put your mind to it. Those having interest in astrology, spiritual sciences, or research work will make definitive progress, but there's so much more to work on to bring strength to the foundation of your life more than anything. And I think much of that time will be spent on the areas I've just mentioned. All right, that's all for Librans. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Do leave a comment on how things are going for you. And if this transit worked as predicted, please give it a thumbs up. Also share this with your friends and family. Who knows, they may be in need of help as well. Moving on, we have Scorpio ascendants or Scorpio moon sign. For Scorpio, Jupiter goes retrograde in the 7th house and he rules your 2nd and 5th houses. So here we're looking at themes that would bring some relief in matters connected to the 7th house of relationships. Your partnerships, there's something strange happening here, and the retrograde is urging you to relook or reassess your partnership. So if you're single, you'll be re-looking at your prospects for a potential partner. However, if you're already married, it's telling you to bring your focus back into your married life and think of further expansion. For instance, childbirth is a possibility for many Scorpio natives. If you haven't thought about conception, the retrograde will probably help you get started or prepare for a change in your routines. On the personal front, it's about your relationship with your maternal uncle, your spouse, your siblings, your debt, your legal disputes that's getting the attention because Jupiter is looking back at the 6th house and aspecting the 3rd house. But more than the romantic relationship, what's getting repaired is your legal partnerships, business partnerships, your social circle at work, at home. All of this is coming under your scrutiny as Jupiter retrograde aspects your 11th house. It's a time to decide which of your friends are good to have and which are toxic and needs to let go of. So I can say that there could be some changes in your social circle. There's going to be a change in your routines, but definitely more income, more growth in your social circle. And status is seen during the retrograde motion. If it's your own business, then there's splendid cash flow coming into your business, which is a very good thing. But don't celebrate as yet because there are reasons to be cautious about any problems to your abdomen. Run those tests, investigations to sort out any misfortunes, especially for women. Also, there could be concerns or disputes coming to your spouse through your children. Any past mistakes that were made with regards to childbirth is going to come under scrutiny. Abortions, if any, made in the past, including past life karma, will bring about negative results for you. First house aspect, this could affect your marriage, your prospects, especially your future prospects of childbirth. But in the end, we're looking at problems getting resolved, or at least the dust settling down once the retrograde motion is over, and there's going to be some growth and expansion in your relationships in general. And at least the takeaway will be with regards to the experience and knowledge you gain about what relationships entail and what information is critical before the wedlock. Jupiter retrograde aspecting the third house will also bring some changes in your communication style. You're going to get smart with your communication. You're going to reveal only what's required and sometimes even sugarcoat them in a language that could cause less pain being inflicted on other people. Be careful with your communication. Don't be a stinger. All right, that's all for Scorpios. Hope you are able to prepare yourself for the transit and wishing you prosperity and success. Next in line, we have Sagittarius ascendant or Sagittarius moon sign. For Sagittarius folks, Jupiter goes retrograde in the 6th house and he ruled your ascendant and 4th house. So firstly, since Jupiter is your ascendant lord, he brings about fresh challenges in life. There's more fears, more struggles. As Jupiter goes retrograde in the 6th house, we're looking at solving some of those problems or at least gaining some critical knowledge about what we're most afraid of. And what we're most afraid of could be diseases, it could be struggles, responsibilities to be shouldered alone. But usually what we see with this kind of placement is more comforts coming into your daily life. There's an abundance of knowledge, both esoteric because of Jupiter's aspect on the 12th house, and that which is useful for everyday life in the transactional reality, which could be financial, could be family values, could be parenting skills as well, because Jupiter is looking back at the 5th house. So there's a lot of good things which are flowing into your life where you're ready to take on many different roles. But the problem is, 6th house being a Dusthana makes it obvious that there's some negative themes associated in these areas as well. And when the mind is embroiled in negative things, or when your emotions are connected to some pretty stressful events, it's not always easy to stay detached from all that's been happening. And it's very natural to feel affected by it rather than be the reason to bring about a change in that area of life. So the lesson here that Jupiter wants to teach you is that knowledge in itself is neutral by nature. It is our response to that knowledge which causes excitement or agitation. So if you can crack your mindset, keep yourself calm amidst the raging storm, you're going to see some of those problems resolving quickly because you can get back to it without taking many breaks. But yes, Jupiter here could bring your attention to either legal complications of your children or it can cause problems to your love life and your reasoning skills. But that aside, you're going to think of all the good things or the good times that you've had in your past life and how to bring that back. The steps that you took to stay happy, to stay motivated and achieve your goals are now getting rekindled. So we're going to see many Sagittarius natives working to achieve prosperity in life. Retrograde Jupiter will also try and bring a balance between your savings and expenses. You're going to financially be more prudent at this time. Jupiter looking at the fifth house of prosperity, your children, your creative energy, because Aries is energy and an indomitable spirit, now wants to take on more challenging roles. Child conception is a possibility, but make sure that you're 100% committed to doing this. You may have made some progress, but Jupiter is now telling you that there's no other choice but to completely dedicate yourself to fifth house related pursuits in order to see success. Some of your investments may also come under scrutiny during the retrograde motion. Jupiter aspects the second house of savings, 12th house of expenses, or even losses. Which means that you would probably be switching fund managers or looking to cut back on your losses or reinvest in robust stocks to get the best out of it. So very good time to invest money in the stock market, but yeah, there's something not okay with your present portfolio which needs your attention. All right. That's all for Sagittarius. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Do leave a comment and how things are going for you, and if this transit worked as predicted, do leave a thumbs up. Moving on, we have Capricorn ascendants or Capricorn moon sign. For Capricorn folks, Jupiter goes retrograde in your fifth house, ruling both your third and 12th houses. So Jupiter may have already brought some prosperity your way, but during this retrograde, it's as if you realize there there were missed opportunities for even greater success. With Jupiter moving in Taurus, especially in the Mrigashira nakshatra, which is symbolized by a deer, you may have made your move in a more conservative or cautious manner, almost like you're being careful not to lose what you've gained. So the sense of being cautious stems from Jupiter being your 12th lord in the Mrigashira nakshatra, which governs endings and subconscious fears. When Jupiter goes retrograde, the focus is going to shift. You're no longer just protecting yourself. Now you're becoming more aware of your surroundings and actively looking for ways to thrive and succeed. So this is a time where Jupiter is aspecting your first house, which means you'll start to feel more self-aware and more in tune with the opportunities around you. It's like a wake-up call to be alert, a wake-up call to take action on the possibilities that are coming your way, possibilities for growth and expansion. Jupiter is really working in your favor right now. Can you feel it, Capricorn? It's giving you the ability to foresee potential challenges even before they surface, even before they manifest. And this can come to you through dreams or gut feelings, and they're likely connected to key areas of your life. Your fifth house matters, like childbirth, creative projects, investments, and also your fourth house covering your domestic life, traditions, parents, and emotions. So you'll need to stay proactive and take corrective action in all these areas. If you're trying to conceive, this could be the time it happens, but it's essential that you're in good health and strong before moving forward. For those who are already pregnant, take extra care of yourself and your baby. Additionally, if your parents, especially your father, if he's going through some challenges, he's going to need your support right now, especially because Ketu is sitting in the ninth house, so expect to put a lot of energy into balancing these aspects of your life. Jupiter is now pausing and casting its gaze on your 11th house of income, which means you can expect an increase in cash flow, whether it's from a promotion or because it's a hike in your salary or some other financial gain. You could see some increase in money. However, with this success, don't be surprised if your friends or social circle become envious of your recognition and fame. And I've mentioned that reciting the Bhagya Suktam would be a powerful remedy for Virgo natives, and I'm doing the same thing for Capricorns as well. This is one of the best remedies for you during this time. Listening to it at least 5 times a day will help secure your fortunes and also give protection to your child from any negative energy or evil eye that might come your way during this prosperous period. Once the dust settles and struggles fade, you'll start to see some of your wishes come true. For some of you, this could even mean relocating to a foreign land for better opportunities. With Jupiter retrograde as your third lord, it's aspecting your ninth house of fortune, opening doors for prosperity to flow into your life. It's also influencing your 11th house of dreams and wishes and your first house of self-awareness. Now, if you're someone who's in his late 30s or late 40s, this Jupiter retrograde transit could trigger a Kalpadruma yoga, which significantly boosts your chances of seeing your desires being fulfilled. In fact, I had a Capricorn ascendant ask me when they would be able to move abroad. I can't recall the name. So I believe this is a really promising time for that. But remember, always check your dasha and antardasha and look at your birth chart to see if your planets are supportive of foreign travel. For those of you studying abroad and feeling the pull to return home, you might experience a strong urge to withdraw. But before making that decision, I ask you to reconsider and think twice before acting. Take some time to address whatever challenges you're facing, whether it's personal or domestic matters that need your attention. So think twice before you take any decision with regards to your studies or discontinuing your studies. All right, that wraps up my analysis for Capricorn, folks. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. Also, do leave a thumbs up if you like this video. Share this with your friends and family. Up next, we will dive into the forecast for Aquarius ascendants or Aquarius moon sign. All right, Aquarius, let's talk about Jupiter going retrograde in your 4th house. Now, Jupiter rules your 2nd and 11th houses. So this transit has probably been pretty amazing for you in terms of home life, career, material happiness, scholarships, name, fame, success. Communication has been on point as well, because when the 2nd and 4th houses are connected, your mind and speech become more powerful tools to attract other people. With the 11th lord sitting in the 4th house, that energy gets amplified, making you a fantastic advisor during this time. The Kalpadruma yoga may also get activated if you're married or crossed your 35 or 40 years of age, and you can see some of your wishes coming true. But of course, it's not all smooth sailing. There could be a rise in expenses, which might be stressing you out and even causing you a few sleepless nights, because retro Jupiter aspects your 12th house. So while you're shining in many areas, the financial pressure might be weighing heavy on your mind, and that's now getting a benefit case during this retrograde motion to help you course correct. On the bright side, if you have missed out on an opportunity to finalize anything related to movable or immovable assets, the retrograde could actually work in your favor. It's the perfect time to focus on things like property matters, house repairs, or even adding an extra floor or renovating your space. Jupiter's benefic energy is still with you, giving you the push you need to complete whatever you've started in these areas. There could be some domestic issues coming up, particularly related to your siblings and in-laws. Okay, so that's because Jupiter is casting its gaze on your 4th, 3rd, and 8th houses, bringing those areas of life into focus. So if your siblings are having relationship troubles with their in-laws, this is the time when those issues might surface, and you will feel the urge to step in and resolve things as quickly as possible by advising your siblings. Jupiter's retrograde is also going to make you look at some of your own habits, especially the ones you need to let go of. It's important to make sure that the negative habits get the cut and not the positive ones. On top of that, Jupiter's gaze on your third house of education will push you to put in all your efforts to make big strides in your studies. However, there could be some tension or disturbances in that area, which we're seeing because Ketu is sitting 6 places away from your third house of education and your siblings, creating a bit of stress in achieving success. But overall, this is a fantastic transit. Happier times are on the horizon, and you will be working on keeping your mindset calm and positive to make the most of it. Aquarius moon sign, I won't lie, there's going to be some mental agitation during this time, but hang in there. Brighter days are coming. All right, that wraps up my analysis for Aquarius, folks. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe below so you don't miss any updates on the latest transits and all things astrology. Leave me a comment letting me know how this transit is affecting you. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and be sure to share it with your friends and family. Up next, we have Pisces ascendant or Pisces moon sign. For Pisces folks, Jupiter is going retrograde in your third house, which governs self-efforts, siblings, and communication. Since Jupiter rules both your first and your 10th houses, this transit is all about focusing on your personal efforts, working tirelessly to achieve long-term success and good fortune. Whether it's taking your marital life or business partnerships to the next level, this is a time for serious growth. Some of you might also notice that you've been communicating in a much more authoritative way lately, which can be a powerful tool if used wisely. There's a noticeable authority in your voice, in the way you communicate, the way you write, and even how you express yourself in personal and business relationships. Jupiter may have put you in a position where you've been more authoritative or even domineering, but with Jupiter going retrograde, that's where some issues can arise. Being too blunt or overly assertive in how you speak might start to cause friction, especially with your colleagues and social circle. Since Jupiter is aspecting your 11th house, which rules your social connections, friends, colleagues, as well as your third house of siblings, neighbors, and second house of family, you might now notice that this authoritative approach is rubbing people the wrong way. So it's a good time to be mindful of how you're coming across in your interactions. Jupiter retrograde is going to help clear any misunderstanding with your colleagues, or any misunderstandings your colleagues might have about you. You're likely to gain more respect, confidence, and courage to speak your mind in ways that most people can only dream of. This makes the transit very special for Pisces, especially those with a Pisces moon sign, since you may have otherwise lost sleep due to Sati Sati. Jupiter is giving you a boost in courage and authority, inspiring you to boldly go after what you want. One key area this will impact is your family life, possessions, and material prosperity, as Jupiter's gaze is back on your second house. So he's pushing for growth, whether that's expanding your family or boosting your income and savings. He's doing whatever he can to make you more financially free. So expect this period to bring more financial opportunities and a chance to expand your material wealth. It's a time for growth and abundance in all aspects of your material life. Jupiter's retrograde may also open the door for you to visit religious places of worship or go on spiritual retreats, journeys that you may have been longing to take but could not for various reasons. Now, those plans might finally come to fruition. For some Pisces folks, travel could bring unexpected gains, both financially and in terms of social connections. With your first lord in the third house, there's also a possibility of foreign travel during this time. You will find yourself learning how to grow your network, expand your influence in your community, and step into a leadership role with mass appeal. This is a powerful time for personal growth as Jupiter helps you connect with others and expand your horizon. Some Pisces folks may find that old interests or hobbies are being rekindled during this time. Whether it's a reading or writing habit or a skill you once enjoyed, you may feel the urge to dive back into it. This is going to give you good memory and possibly personal fulfillment as well. For those of you focused on financial growth, this transit brings opportunities to learn about achieving financial freedom. You might uh, even cross paths with someone successful, like a local millionaire or a billionaire, and you might get some valuable advice on how to get started with a new business. Expect smart ideas and practical insights to come your way, helping you to take meaningful steps towards financial success. All right, that wraps up my analysis for Pisces. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more astrological insights. Stay tuned, and I will see you guys again in the next video.